We are so excited for what God's got for us this year. There is so much going on and so much that we're dreaming for and believing that God is going to do. We're going to go through a bit of a whistle-stop tour now. We're going to highlight a few different other areas of things that we're involved in already or things that we're going to expand, all to do with discipleship, all to do with making us more like Jesus and more Christ-like. The first thing that I'm going to mention to you is something very dear to my heart. It's the Breathe Women's Conference, which is coming up in the 13th and 14th of May. Can I hear it for Breathe Conference? Yeah, we love Breathe. I'm excited this year. We've got some real friends of the house that are coming, personal friends of mine that are going to be sharing. But let's watch this promo and you'll hear a little bit more about why we do Breathe, to encourage, to inspire, to equip, and to empower women to be all that God has called them to be. So let's watch this promo. Maybe.
No, we need it. Let's leave it there.
Wow. Look at that. Look at what the architect of the universe created. He curated a space for creativity, ingenuity, exploration to take place. And in his own image, he made humanity. And even we, made in his own likeness, don't fully grasp the gravity of what it means to be created and to create. Every now and then, something makes us stop, catches our eye, and helps us realize that we are made for more than just to watch the world go by. We are called to build, to grow, to establish foundations of wisdom and grace, to go where no one has gone before, to make space, to ask questions, to make mistakes, to learn and to lead, to discover the treasures of knowledge so beautiful and rare that are waiting for us somewhere out there. So take this moment, this very moment, and breathe. Set yourself up for your next season. Don't give yourself a reason to sit back and wait. Stay curious, stay vigilant, continue to explore. Be in awe of what God has in store.
It's outside at Coldham's or a reception. Grab hold of a brochure. Make sure you book in and be in the room or online because it's going to be happening online as well. Great.
We're literally now just going to go through a list. And what I want you to do is to say, where can I plug in? Maybe some of the things you've already heard, but to say, what am I going to commit to? We're in this together. So we've mentioned Breathe. We have Ascend Men's Summit that's coming up on February the 26th. It should come up there. This is a great opportunity for men to get together and form relationships. You're going to be hearing from a guy called William Wade, who got saved during the Troubles in Belfast. He's a now Baptist pastor, has a great story, a radical conversion, but it'd be great. It's more about the fellowship and the connecting, doing life together for that Ascend Men's Summit on February 26th.
We really want to grow leaders within the church, and we love homegrown leaders. And we have our academy, which is the way that we can really encourage leaders to grow. And so if you've got time to take a year out, either full-time, we're going to be starting next from September, full-time places that are going to be 1 or 2 places that for those who really feel called to ministry. But we're going to continue also our online academy, which is going really, really well. We love to grow leaders, and academy is a real key way that we can do that.
This next thing we've wanted to do for years, but we've been holding off, and particularly during COVID season. But we're here to announce today, we're really excited about this one, as we are all things, that we're going to be starting a 55-plus group to meet once a month. And I'm, eligible for that, as you all know. But the great news that I can announce is the key to any of these things is leaders. And Pastor Andrew Harris, who some of you remember was on staff with us for a number of years, and Paul Seekings are going to be heading that up starting after Easter. It's going to be once a month initially for 55 plus. You don't have to be retired. You might just be in that age bracket. You want to take time off work, or you work part-time. It's not going to be just about sitting around drinking coffee. It's going to be on mission. It's going to be thinking of what we can do to reach and shape a generation. It will be about fellowship. It will be about connecting. It will be seen as an intergenerational church, which we are, but we'll be starting that sometime after Easter with Andrew and Paul Seekings. Watch this space for more news.
This next one is kind of a little bit secret, but we're going to tell you about it anyway. You remember CAP? Everybody knows about CAP, surely. Christians Against Poverty, helping with debt, people with debt. Well, John Kirkby set CAP up many years ago. He's now decided to leave CAP and setting up a new charity. And we're really intimately involved in that, me particularly on the trustee board with that. And it's looking to help people with their evangelism, that within social action that we're doing is to really support within them actually helping people in evangelism. So you're going to be hearing more about it. It's not going to be launched until September fully, but behind the scenes, God is positioning us and giving us opportunity to be involved in something that's really going to affect, I really believe, this nation. So.
Missions and reaching people is high on our agenda. That's part of the Great Commission. And particularly, we want to always keep a focus on unreached people groups. It's great to reach our city, and many haven't heard the gospel, but there are some very dangerous places to take the gospel. For years, we've supported the Harrys, and whether they're in the room or they'll be here later. They've had to return, I'll say the nation now because they're not allowed back in, from Afghanistan. But we want to continue to support them in their support of missions. We've never said that publicly before, but today we have. They're back. They'll be moving to another part of the country, but continuing to support them. And now we've adopted another couple called the Spaxmans, who I can't say where they are, but we are behind them, supporting them financially, praying for them. You may hear of them if they ever come back from where they are. We'll do reports about them as well. We'll continue our partnership with Watoto Church and the way they reach into Uganda and into South Sudan as part of our partnership with them. And World Vision, we still give to them and continue to do, particularly in disaster zones throughout the year. We support in the UK Mark Ritchie, and we've got him in a few weeks. Mark is an evangelist, and we believe that social action in the programs and proclamation of the gospel go together. It's never either or. And so we support Mark partly, and we will continue to this year.
And we're not going to forget about the kids. We love the kids in C3 Church, and the team has been really working hard and doing a discipleship program for the kids called Life Goals, looking at the relationship with themselves, relationship with God, the world around them, and themselves and the relationship with God. So with Life Goals, think of brownies and cubs with badges and stickers and all that's involved in that. It's kind of a feel of that to it, really. They're all kids are going to get their own backpacks, they're only going to get their own booklets, and helping parents to disciple their children, or they can go into small groups and be discipled with leaders around them. We really want our kids to be strong in faith, to understand who they are, understand the world around them, and the part that they can play in being ambassadors for Jesus in this world. So we're excited in the spring to launch Life Goals.
One of the things that we as a church decided many years ago when we went independent was to make sure we weren't independent, that we were connected to the wider body of Christ. And we've done that brilliantly, partly by leaving the network we were in, strangely, because it was so exclusive and it locked us in, but we've built relationships far and wide. And now we have, and some of you know about this, and we've had them in last year, and they're coming again in a few weeks, in the beginning of April, our International Advisory Board, who look in and advise us, and if there are any issues that we can't solve locally, we can go to them. Of course, we have our lead team, we have our trustees and directors, but this is an external board. And they're coming in. We just wanted to tell you that. Each of them will be preaching on a Sunday in the next few weeks. Oh, we had one of them last week. Paul Reed, wasn't he fantastic? Make sure you listen to that if you didn't hear it. We have Jeff Lucas from Colorado, and we also have Kemi Calioso, who's from Jubilee Church in London. And they are our advisors. They'll come into us, they'll speak with staff, they'll speak with trustees, they'll speak with us, and anyone else who wants to speak with them. If you've got any issues you think you can't solve by talking to us, the first port of call is talk to us, and then we'll see if it needs to go there. They're coming in the next few weeks.
Right to the end of the year now, looking at November, we will be hosting GLS, the Global Leadership Summit here in Cambridge. Again, God is positioning us and giving us relationships on a global scale. That for us daunts us and excites us all at the same time. There's something that God's got for us in GLS that we believe is special. God's doing something new. And there's a new partnership that we're working behind the scenes on. But don't miss out on Global Leadership Summit. As soon as the dates come through, put them in your diaries, watch online, or be in the room, and don't miss out on world-class leadership training.
Now, we know that's just a list, but we will deep dive into any of those as we go through the year. But we wanted to spread it out and say, look, this is what we believe God has led us into. Mission is the big statement. Vision is the specifics that we believe. And I can show you, if you go to the church we see, you'll already see we've fulfilled some of these. That's the long list. On the bottom, I also added chapel on the third Tuesday of every month, which is only going to be live and in the room or live online. We won't be recording it and putting it out. But some of you have been making time to do that, to put into yourselves. Then you can do that. That will be, we're getting some great speakers into that who won't be coming into Sundays necessarily, but they will be there at chapel. And these are all opportunities to grow ourselves. This is a new day. Great to see some of you back in the room today that haven't been for a few years. It feels good to be back in the room, doesn't it? If you can't, for whatever reason, we're glad you're online, stick at it. You know what we want to discourage? Is people just catching it online when they feel like it. We want you to watch it. Now, if you're not here on the Sunday morning, watch at 9:30 so as that you can be present rather than it being convenient Christianity, because we can't make disciples with convenient Christianity. We don't want to make nominal Christians. We want to make fully devoted followers of Jesus. Honestly. So online is good. It can help. But we want you to be leaning in. And one way I'm going to close with this. On your seats here are some forms. You can just give me one. From the front there, Katie. Oh, thank you, Rosemary. Our finance last year was a bit of a roller coaster. And I hate roller coasters. Roller coasters make me sick. Literally. I can't go on boats in swells and I can't go on roller coasters. And last year it was a roller coaster. If I showed you the chart, it goes like this and like that. So some months we thought, if we're going to get that income, we are going to be way above budget. We never received so much money in 1 month in our lives on our regular income. This is on top of our vision offering. But then it dropped. Then it went up again. I just want to say to you, if you're in, can you be all in? Standing order is a blessing from God so as we can plan. If you forget to give, you say, oh, I just forgot last month, I'll do it next month. Well, that's affected our giving and what we can plan for. And we do have, when COVID hit, two things hit my mind straight away. Staff. If we didn't know what would happen in COVID, would we lose everything? Thank God we didn't. 2020 was our best year of giving, but 2021 wasn't. So when it first hit, I think, we have a staff, and then we have a mortgage on a building, which is going down, but it's still 1 million plus. We need consistent giving. And it doesn't matter whether that's £5 or whether that's £500, the consistency helps. Have you got the message? So as we close, we're going to sing a song. If you've never filled in a standing order, or if today you want to give, particularly today, you've heard the vision, you want to say, I'm all in. We have people that give one-offs who are from all over the world, and that's great. We had someone last week from Thailand, I think it was, thanking us for what we do every week, and they watch it. If you want to just give us a one-off, you can do that. So there on your chairs, we have our Connect team are going to come and stand down by the rows. We're not going to pass the buckets along, but they've got buckets and they've got pens. And if you want, Connect team, would you come down now? If you want something from them, come on, Mabel. Come on, come right down. Stand in the end of the row. And if you want to give on standing order, if you want to give a one-off today, or you want to give particularly today, to say, I'm in on this vision, then please, let's do this consistently and together. No, we shared a lot of information. We told you it was 30,000 feet, looking down, and then we'll look further as we go through the year. If you're in here and you're not a believer, when we finish our service today, there'll be a prayer team here. Come and speak to one of them. I don't get this. What's it all about? How can I know Jesus? Just come and talk to one of the prayer team and they'll help you. There it is. Let's stand together. You're going to have opportunity to give as the band lead us in this song, and then Josh and Katie will finish it off. God bless you. Thank you for listening.
If you enjoyed this video today, why don't you click subscribe and click on that notification bell to get a notification the next time we upload a video. And if you're new or you've been coming to the C3 Church for a little while now, why don't you find out what your next step might be in the journey of faith? Click on the next step link in the description below to find out what your next step in your journey might be.